Welcome everybody to the Joe Wentz Project TV YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. And we're taking a little road trip today. I'm wrapping up the last couple of days of my vacation. And then it'll be back in the saddle, man. Back to work in the old 18-wheeler. So what are we doing today? Well, as you already probably know by looking at the title of this video, we're heading to Guitar Center. And there's a guitar there that I would really like to get. It's been there the past... I don't go to Guitar Center that often, mainly because I'm always on the road. And I go to Guitar Center, this is no joke, maybe 3 times a year. That's it. All my stuff is done online through AMS. As you know, if you're subscribed to this channel, you already know these little details. But there is a guitar there that when I go to Guitar Center, I gravitate to every time. And first of all, it's the way the guitar looks. It looks phenomenal. It has a great, the paint job looks great. It's got the maple neck. It's got the upside down headstock, and the headstock is the same color as the body. It just looks really good. And it's the Ibanez Blue Lagoon. I can't remember what the numbers are for the guitar. You know, all these guitars have these numbers and stuff sometimes. I can't remember what that is. I just remember it's Ibanez Blue Lagoon. And Dave Byron, my friend Dave Byron, who's down in Fort Myers, Florida, he has the same model, except his is brown. I think it's like a Dragon Eye Burst or something it's called. And and they have this as well at the Guitar Center here in Greenville, South Carolina. But the blue one to me is like pow, you know, it really stands out. And now I don't know if this is the same one that's been here. I don't know if they've sold it and they just restocked it. I mean, I don't know. I'll check it out. But the guitar goes for $499.99, I believe. I have seen it for $399, but that was, I think, during the summer? Like I said, I don't go but a few times a year, and one of the times I will go to Guitar Center is like on the week of my birthday. My son and I will go and hang out for a couple hours and play guitars, and just, you know, like being in a toy store for, you know, for people, musicians, you know, guitar players. That's like our toy store, right? You know, and I seen it at $399 one time. It was some guitar-a-thon or something like that, I think it was called. And I was like, man, if I had $400 on me, I'd get it. But, you know, but I didn't. So, and so I said, you know what? There's something I've never done. I've seen people do it on a couple times on YouTube. I haven't really investigated it, so I've never done this. But I called them just a little while ago and asked if they did trades, you know, or whatever. And he's like, yeah, of course we do. I said, okay. I said, I told him what I had. The guitar, I'm going to show you a picture of it here. The guitar that I'm bringing with me is a 2012 Fender Road-Worn Series Telecaster. And it's a great guitar. I mean, I think I've played it. This is no joke. I probably played this guitar a dozen times. And it's a great guitar, but it just doesn't have, it just doesn't fit me like I was hoping that it would. Like I said, I've had it, bought it brand new from AMS. I've had it all this time, and I was kind of like, and the pickup's kind of weak, and, you know, it's just your average telly thing. I mean, tellies aren't supposed to be, unless you're John 5, or usually for country or, you know, something else. But now I do have another Telecaster that I put a Seymour Duncan Hot Rails for telly in years ago, and that thing plays phenomenally well. And that's the Telecaster my wife got me a long time ago. But this one it's great. When I got it, it wasn't as road worn as I was hoping it would be. It's it's okay, but it's not as, I don't know. I was hoping to be relicked a little bit more than with the, you know, the pictures on their, on AMS's side. I was like, man, that looks awesome. You know, it's relic. It looks cool. And it wasn't hardly none of that on here. The fretboard looks really cool in some spots where they did that, but there's just like a little couple of nicks and scratches that were put there on purpose, of course, from Fender on this particular one. But I've never had a problem with this guitar. I mean, it's the intonation, all that stuff is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know. I haven't really bonded with this guitar. And this guitar, if I haven't already said it, this guitar was $1,000. It's $1,000 guitar. And I'll tell you a quick story while we're taking a trip to Guitar Center. At the time the EVH Stripe series first came out, the EVH brand, when those first came out, of course, I was on AMS like crazy, man. I was, you know, checking, and it kept saying expected soon. And then it gave a release date. Should be available by this time. I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. I put my order in, you know. So I put my order in for the red with the white and black stripe EVH model. And so when it came time for that month for it to be released, I was like, man, yeah, man, we're getting ready now. We're gonna jam. And it came, that day came, and you gotta watch these people on these bikes, man. We got a lot of these bike paths here, and these people, they were just gonna come on out here, even though we have to yield to them, but you think they need to yield too to pay attention. We're crossing it right there. That they were just coming on, and them people over there wasn't stopping either. Everybody had to hurt. Sorry about that, but cyclists around here are a big deal around here. People ride bikes here like, you know, it's going out of style. I was like, have you heard of a car? Anyway, so it came time for the release date of the EVH. I get on there, and they push the date back further, like 6 more months. I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me, man. I mean, you know how you get excited, man, when you're looking forward to something, you know? And so I waited another 6 months. And when that time period came around, I was like, okay, we got it now. They pushed it back like another 2 or 3 months. I said, man, the hell with this. Because the window was open to get a guitar. My wife said, yeah, you can go ahead and get one, you know. So that window doesn't stay open forever. You gotta take what you can get, you know, while the getting's good. So I called AMS, and I told them the whole story. I said, I've been waiting on this Stripe series, man, and y'all keep saying it's going to be in there, and then when it gets to that date, you keep pushing it back. I said, I'm just going to get something else. I'm tired of waiting. So that's when I got this road-worn telly. It was the same price as the EVH Stripe. So I don't know if they still go for $1,000 or if they went up. I don't know. Like I said before in another video, I don't know. But so that's when I got this. And then I think it was like another 8 or 10 months went by. They were finally available at AMS, and I got one then. So when I got the EVH, this was kind of put on the back burner, you know, a little bit, because I just like to rock out and have a Floyd Rose, you know. Then don't get me wrong, like I said, my other telly, that was one of my main guitars when I played live, you know, because it just plays, it feels that good in my hands. This feels good in my hands. It really does. But I said, man, I don't know. It just it just doesn't create that spark like the other telly does. So anyway, we're going to Guitar Center and see what's going to happen. I've never done something like this at Guitar Center. So I know I got some friends that I've made on YouTube. They've got a lot of guitars, but they buy them, and after a while they sell them, and they get something else. So that's pretty cool. I've never done that. I've always bought, and kept everything I bought. But in this particular circumstance, it would do me better to trade financially. It would do me a lot better. So, but we'll see. I don't want to go in there and, like I said, I'm not going to get lowballed and, well, we'll give you 200. And I'm like, what? I'll turn around and walk out. I'm not doing that, man. That's ridiculous. But I tell you one place that'll lowball you every time, and if you don't already know the answer by now, you probably never experienced it, but I'll tell you because I've experienced it, and that's the pawn shop. Man, don't ever take any music gear to the pawn shop if you can help it. Unless you just absolutely have to. Don't take nothing to the pawn shop because they will rake you over the coals. I went there one time. This was years ago. And I had a Ovation 12-string acoustic. And I needed the money. Apparently I didn't need it that bad, but I needed money. I had some bills to pay. I was young. I was in my first marriage, and we needed groceries, to tell you the truth. That was the honest truth. I'm not telling no lie. And I went to 3 different pawn shops, and they all gave me the same offer, $50. I turned around and walked out of each one of them. I said, no, I'm not letting this go for $50, man. That guitar, that acoustic back then, that was in like, I don't know, 93. It was like almost $400. So, but you know how pawn shops do. They'll buy it from you or whoever they buy it from, and it'll hang up there and it collects 5 pounds of dust, because they don't clean nothing, and you don't want to screw with that. You don't want to screw with that at all. Not me. Lord have mercy. It's Friday. Everybody's getting back to work. Everything's back to normal now. The holidays are officially over. Why did I get in this lane? I was supposed to go straight. Holy moly. Man, I need to be in that lane. Here we go. Like I said, I don't ever come over here that much. I don't ever come on this side of town that much, and I guess I thought I was going to the mall over there. Just wasn't paying attention. Look over here to the right, you'll see Papa John's. We had that last night, and it's over here crowded this side of town. And it's a pain in the ass. We don't ever go there hardly anymore either. But anyway, this is how you get to Guitar Center. Guitar Center, as Bill Burr would say. Let's see if I can remember. We got to go down. Let's see. Go through a few lights here, and we're going to make a left somewhere along the line. Oh, yeah. Take a left right here. We want to keep on cruising. Look at all that traffic, boy. Let's see. It is about, well, it's still lunchtime, so if a lot of people had to go back to work, they doing lunch. I just thank the Lord I was able to have this week off. It's been nice. My God, I'm glad I don't live on this side of town over here. Man. We're getting closer. I guess it's about 30 minutes from the house over here when traffic's good. All right. Usually I turn at this light, but I'm going to go down here in this next light, I believe. It should bring us right there in front. Let's see here. I don't know what this white car is doing. Looks like he's wanting to go into Mickey D's. And we don't want that. So, this is known as the Motor Mile because it's got nothing but car dealerships up and down this highway. Actually, I bought my truck right down the road on the right. Sure did. Which I just recently paid off. Yay. All right, man. Here we go. That used to be a Taco Bell, didn't it? They shut it down. I didn't even know that. It's been so long since I've been over here. Let's see. There it is. Guitar Center. Right over here on the right. So they got these speed bumps diagonal, so be sure to mess your ride up if you try to jet down through here. Couldn't make that turn. That car is sitting there, so we're gonna ease over here. Guitar Center should be right here on the left. Yeah, man. I like to park away from everybody, so we're just gonna come up here. Wow, I used to have a Ford Ranger just like that. That one's in pretty rough shape, but I had two. I had one that was green like that, and I had one that was red, a newer model, 97, I believe. Okay, so we're here, and we're going to run in here and see what they say. I have no idea. Don't know what I'm in store for. Don't know if this will be good or bad. Stand by. Let's find out. All right, man. We got the telly in hand, and there's Guitar Center. Let's see what's going to happen. There it is, man. It's on sale. Well, how did it all turn out? What was the final result? About to show you, my friends. Oh yeah, got a new case too, as well. There she is. There she is, man, the Blue Lagoon. That is it. I am very, very happy, man. That's her. All right, friends. Now we're leaving Guitar Center. So let me tell you what happened, because I didn't want to do a lot of filming in there because, you know, I don't know. I have before, but man, that place was crowded, and you know, it's just always a bunch of noise in there, and people playing guitar and trying to tune a guitar, and it's just a bunch of, you know, so. As you saw in the clip, it was on sale. It didn't say that online. I looked it up last night, and it just said $499.99. And so I walked up to it, and I said, "Oh man, it's on sale for $399." So I knew that was going to happen. I knew it before I called up here. I said, "Should I tell them I'm looking at that guitar, or should I just say what can I get for the trade-in?" And I said, if you tell them what you're looking for, they're going to know what you want, and they're going to lowball you. They're going to lowball you because they know you want that guitar. I knew that, but I was like, you know what, man, the hell with it. You know, I still came out okay because I didn't play that guitar. You know, I didn't play it. You know, I could have took my chances and sold it on Reverb or something, and you know, paid for shipping and all that, but I'm in a time constraint here. I needed to get something done right now, you know. So no you know, no effing around, so to speak. I had to get it done. And like I said, I looked all over for these guitars. I've looked on AMS. Sweetwater and Musician's Friend has these, but it's not the same model. It's not a Floyd Rose lock and tremolo. It's just got that cheap tremolo system, and the neck is I guess ebony or some knockoff of rosewood or whatever it is. I don't know what they use now, but excuse me. So, and I didn't want that. I wanted this one. So I went and saw the same. He was a young man. He's probably his early 20s maybe, and if that. He's young. He was a young guy. And he was behind the register there when you first walk in. And I said, "Your name Brandon?" He said, "Yeah," because I'd see part of his tag. I could see part of his name, but I didn't know if it said Brian or Brad or whatever. He said, "Yeah." I said, "My name's Joe. I talked to you on the phone a while ago." He goes, "Oh yeah, you got the Telecaster? You're looking at the Ibanez Blue Lagoon?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "It should be on the wall over there." And they just had that one left. That was it. And they got the Dragon Eye Burst. They had that one. But I didn't want that one. I always wanted the blue. I think the blue, to me, stands out more, right? It just stands out more. So I handed him my gig bag, and he said, okay. He took it out, and I could tell he liked it when he looked at it. He said, well, we got to put this through a system that we do to check things, and we'll give you a quote. I said, okay. And so I knew right then, I said, they kind of got me over a barrel a little bit, so to speak, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not really losing anything because I don't really play that guitar. Like I said, I've played it maybe a dozen times, man. And I told myself, I said, you're going to lose your ass some on this, man. Not some, a lot, probably, but that's just business. That's just, a lot of guitars don't hold their value unless it's a Les Paul or, an old Martin acoustic or something. But other than that, it's going to depreciate quite a bit. So he said, that guitar should be hanging on the wall if you want to go look at it. And, I'll get back with you here in a few minutes and let you know. I said, all right, man. He was real nice. And, ooh, that guy run that light. About got hit. And, so I went over and grabbed it. And, man, it needs a setup bad. Of course, it's Guitar Center. What do you expect, right? I said, God, dog, this thing needs to be set up. And the first thing I noticed was the volume knob was real loose. The pot or whatever needed to be tightened up. I said, ain't no big deal. Of course, no whammy bar. They never have those because people steal them. So I'm sitting there and I'm just looking for a little Line 6 amp, just something to make sure it works. I'm not trying to go for no kind of killer amp sound here or tone or whatever. I dial in some half-assed distorted tone with a little bit of delay, and I'm playing and I'm going through all the pickup selections and all that, and everything works, everything's cool, but the action was horrible. And it's just so many hands have been on that guitar. They don't put a lot of effort into setting these things up, if any, when they're put guitars on the rack out there. Played it was fine. It was a little bit of a struggle because the action is like this. That's an exaggeration, but it's way up there. I said, God damn. So played it. Well, he found me a few minutes later. He said, okay, we can give you $350 for the guitar. He said, that's the best we can do. And I said, boy, they're going to double that when they put it on their used rack. And I told him, I said, that's fine. So I went ahead and I didn't really, at this point, I didn't care because I knew, I don't play it. I don't play it. So it was either take that deal or go back home, put it on reverb, see if somebody buys it, and then I got to pay for shipping, and then try to come back over here some other time and see if it's still here. And, get it then. I'm not going through all that. And when I'm ready to get something, I'm ready to do something, I'm ready to do it right then and there. I can't stand waiting for anything. When it's time to go, I'm ready to go. So he said, with $350, he said, so you're not looking at much out of pocket. And I said, okay, man, sounds good to me. And he's like, okay. So he walked off. He goes, let me start the paperwork. I said, all right. So, and I told him, I said, look, man, this knob needs to be tightened up. Now, he said, yeah, we offer free setup service on new guitar purchases. I said, oh, okay. Beware, right? If you're not real familiar with Guitar Center, I don't know about any. I can speak for this one because it's just. I'm telling you, man. When you go there, it's a bunch of young kids, and like the boy I was dealing with. Okay, I call him a boy because that's what he was. He's not. He's young. My son's older than him. So I walk over to the register. He's doing all this and that, And I said, I want that. I want one of these hard shell cases. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I said, because I know they ain't gonna give you nothing. I already know how Guitar Center works. They don't get. And I said, I want my gig bag back as well. That don't come with the guitar. That's mine. He goes, oh yes sir, you get that back. I said, yeah, I know I do. That's a Fender gig bag. That runs probably a good $70-$80 by itself, if not more. You know, it's a nice ass gig bag. It came with that guitar, but I didn't tell them that. I said, I'm keeping that damn gig bag. But I did want a hard shell case because these Ibanez headstocks, you know how they're slanted, and you don't want to take that chance in a gig bag with an Ibanez neck. You just don't want to do that. I don't. So he's ringing everything up, and telling me this and that. He goes, well, I can't find a whammy bar for it. I said, dude, really? You gonna hand me that line of BS, man? Come on now. I said, I know you got some in the back. You know, this ain't my first rodeo. That's what I was thinking. This ain't my first rodeo, son. You know, who do you think you trying to fool? We ain't got none. I said, you can get a whammy bar from somewhere. He's pulling up online, goes, we can special order you a whammy bar. And I said, what? And by the time he said that, the manager walked up. Now, he's like my age. He goes, no. He goes, let's go in the back, and we'll open up a guitar box that hasn't been opened, and we'll get the whammy bar and Allen wrench set out of that. He goes, oh, okay, you want me to go with you? He goes, no, you stay up front. He went back and brought it brand new. That's what I was wanting. So I know how they do here. When you get a whammy bar with a guitar, they open this fucking drawer that's got all these odds and ends in it, and they give you a whammy bar out of that. I don't want to use fucking bar. Pardon my French. I mean, because they done that to me before, and I said, nah, man, look at this thing. It looks like it was drugged down the road. You know, and the what is it? The collar on it was wore out, so it had a lot of play in it, and the bar, and that's not how you do business, you know. They're slack over here, man, and if they can kind of pull one over on you, they're going to do it. I mean, I'm telling you, these kids, man. And I told myself, I said, they ain't doing me that way. And so that manager came back, and like I said, he had me a brand new Tremolo arm. And Allen wrench said, he goes, make sure that fits on there, sir. I said, yes, sir. I put it on there, man. No play in it whatsoever. It's perfect. I said, my man. I said, that's how it's supposed to work. He goes, oh, absolutely. So that young boy rings everything up. Oh, he got him one. Oh, listen, that guy's going to try to outrun the cops. That car's going to try to outrun that cop, that unmarked state trooper. Ain't no way in hell he's going to outrun that state trooper on these tight ass streets with all this traffic. So anyway, what did I have to pay out of pocket with the guitar and the case? I paid just over $200 is what I paid. So it was $209. So I gave him my $200 cash, and I paid $9 and change with my card. So I'm happy. A lot of people might think that's a joke. They can think what they want, but I'm happy, and that's all that matters. I got the guitar I wanted. I've been wanting this guitar for a while. I'm going to get it home. I'm going to get it set up. Take these crusty ass strings off. Put a new pack of gauge 9s on there. Get all my intonation and stuff right. You know, and I'm happy, man. It's awesome. You know. So there we go. It all worked out in the end. Everybody has their own way of trading or swapping out stuff or whatever. I've had my dealings of trading with people in the past, but that's always kind of iffy. At least I know with this here that you know, if something ain't right, I can take it back and they'll do something to make it right. You know, one way or the other. But I played it. It felt good. Every time I've played this type of guitar, this Ibanez RG Blue Lagoon, it feels great in my hands. And what I like about this Ibanez compared to my other Ibanez that I have, it doesn't have that pickup in the middle. That drives me freaking nuts. You know, every time I go to pick whatever, my pick hits that damn middle pickup, and I've tried to lower it down. I can't lower it down anymore. So, but I love that guitar, but that middle pickup drives me bonkers, man. This don't have that. You don't have to worry about it. So, anyway, Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. Stay tuned for another video with some jamming on this new Ibanez RG. Big shout out to Dave Byron, Rockin' Dave Byron, man, for giving me a lot of information about the guitar. He's really happy with it. He plays his all the time. It's his main axe. Take care, everybody. See ya. Bye-bye.